Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall. I'm live because we got some things that we currently need to discuss going on in the boxing world. We're going to talk about the rumors that's out and about right now, speaking about Jaron, Ennis, and Teofimo Lopez being in negotiations, man. We're going to talk about Devin, Haney, and Paro sparring. I just needed some filler for the title. In all honesty, man, I don't really care to talk about that too much. We could probably talk about Devin Haney, Paro, whatever the situation is. Then we could open up the platform for some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. Let's address the comments. My boy Sean Terrence in the building with the first comment. What's going on, brother? Agent 007, what up? Coffee Plant, what up? Big Soldier MX said, I smell cat. We going to talk about it. Blunt Sports, what up, man? I appreciate you wishing me a great show. I appreciate it, my brother. Tyeri Scott, he said, I'd rather see Devin versus Boots. Why would you want to see that after Boots' last performance? Sound like you trying to line the dude. But salute, Scott. Stop Motion MMA, what up? Coffee Plant, what up? I already said what up to Coffee Plant. Lorenzo, Great Gambino. He said, so Bud open to fighting Boots now. I think he just said, I think he left the possibility out there. But, I didn't hear him say for sure that he wanted to fight Boots. But, he's open to the possibility, of course. Uso Joe, what's going on? The stranger said, Bob trying to cash out Tio. Your mind is in the right direction, stranger. We up here with it. We definitely clicking up here with it, for sure. J Cash, what up? DOG215, what up? Shout out to my Philly boy. Nelly Content Entertainment, what's going on, brother? Good to have you around. What's going on? Definitely smash that like, man. If y'all can do that for me as soon as y'all enter the building, that'll be very much appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this shit out right here. Before we get into the live, man, y'all hit the like button. Let me know what's going on. How y'all feeling? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's on your mind? What we talking about? What we doing first, man? What we doing first? What we talking about, man? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? My cousin finna tune into the live. Oh, all right. Salute to the cousin. Salute, cuz. Coffee Plant said, how you feeling? I'm all right, man. Today was a regular day. You know what I mean? Got some work in. You know what I mean? Came to the crib. Took care of some shit with my wifey car and shit like that. Took care of that. Went to the gym. Made sure everything was straight with the fighters. Came back to the crib. Took care of some things at the crib that I need to get done. Now I'm rapping with y'all, man. Just a regular day in the life of an adult. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing much to it, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I ain't got my son today, but I got him tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. You feel me? Just regular shit. Shout out to the 20 people that's in the building right now. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. We about to get into this conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Because, like I said, man, with Mazuma TV, we hold motherfuckers accountable. You feel what I'm saying? By any means, whether we fans of them, whether we not fans of them, whatever the case may be, we definitely gonna keep it a buck. You feel me? Nelly Combat Entertainment. You have a blessed night too. Thank you. So let's get into this right here. You feel what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis, Teofimo Lopez, supposedly they're in negotiations. Boots already done told y'all. That don't believe shit if it didn't come from him. But I guess, people don't really listen to motherfuckers' words, man. I guess people just just believe the headline right away with very little, confirmation. You feel what I'm saying? Philly's finest in the building. Shout out to the boy Oscar De La Pase. Ghost 787 said, no Madrimov versus Bohachuk is disappointing. I had Bohachuk winning. Salute, Ghost. I'm not necessarily surprised. It is disappointing, but I'm not surprised, man. Look, they say he has some type of acute bronchitis or whatever the case is. I've had bronchitis before. I know that shit is no joke by any stretch of the imagination. But one thing I do know is that look, I'm not going to say that it's cap He might actually have some health issues going on, but I understand why Madrimov pulled out of the fight. You feel what I'm saying? I know he's, and I think it's just bigger than acute bronchitis. You feel what I'm saying? Look, he knew that fighting back to back, you know what I'm saying, wasn't an ideal thing. Look, Serhii Bohachuk or Virgil Ortiz. You feel what I'm saying? What is the most prestigious fight to get? Virgil Ortiz, whether we have our disputes about it or not, defeated Serhii Bohachuk. So in Madrimov's mind, if he's looking to be world champion again and put himself in the best position possible, he's going to want to fight the winner, not the guy who came up short. You know what I'm saying? The one who came up short was offered initially because the Virgil opportunity was not there at that moment. You feel what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz's opportunity came further down the line. Madrimov weighed his options, and he chose the Virgil Ortiz route, not the Serhii Bohachuk route. I understand it. You feel what I'm saying? And, either both of those fights are tough fights. He's very capable of winning both, in my opinion. I do rate Madrimov that high. He can beat Bohachuk, but he can beat Virgil Ortiz. But fighting them dudes back-to-back within a 2-month span, it's not really the ideal thing to do. That's not really the smart, calculated thing to do. You feel what I'm saying? Because let's say he fights Serhii Bohachuk, and he takes a little damage. He's going to go into the fight against Virgil Ortiz, a damaged fighter? No. Madrimov wants to be in the best space possible in terms of mentality and overall health. He wants to bring as much of himself in the ring as possible. With Bohachuk, he might sustain some type of damage. Bohachuk is that dangerous of a fighter. Look, Ghost 787 said he had Bohachuk winning, so people do rate Bohachuk as a threat. He could very well put some damage on Madrimov. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being known, man, I think he just made the decision that was best for his career. Well, fight Bohachuk. I don't know if there was anything on the line in terms of titles or anything like that, but I do know that Virgil Ortiz is a WBC interim champion of the world. So, if he were to beat Virgil Ortiz and get that WBC interim, that could put him in position to get in some big fights. You feel what I'm saying? With, Sebastian Fundora, who's currently the WBC super welterweight champion of the world. That could put him in line to possibly be Fundora's mandatory in the WBC. Who fucking knows? You feel what I'm saying? All I know is that fighting Virgil Ortiz at this point in time is the better option in terms of, calculated moves in comparison to Serhii Bohachuk. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, look, Lorenzo, I agree with you. I think Bohachuk is very capable of beating Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? I think Madrimov is very capable of beating Bohachuk. That's a very competitive fight. So with that being in mind, listen, better money too. Yeah, absolutely. I'm assuming that he's going to get more money for Virgil Ortiz in comparison to Bohachuk, just because Virgil Ortiz is a bigger fight. In all honesty, listen. With that being in mind, y'all, in terms of Bohachuk and Madrimov being capable of beating each other, why would Madrimov take that chance and fighting Bohachuk when he may very well come up short or sustain some type of damage? The smart thing to do is to take the better opportunity that's in front of you. Bohachuk, Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is a little bit above Bohachuk, man. He has an interim title. He came out victorious against Bohachuk. So, of course, Madrimov, being the competitor that he is and wanting to be a world champion and being a relevant name at 154, he's going to go towards, the bigger opportunity. And at this point in time, Virgil Ortiz, the bigger opportunity. From what I understand, Serhii Bohachuk has a replacement opponent, so it's all good at the end of the day. You feel me? So I'm not really mad at Madrimov. Of course, he needed an excuse in terms of, pulling out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Some people claim injuries. Some people claim, some type of sickness. Madrimov said he had acute bronchitis. We can't say he right. We can't say he wrong. We can't prove him right. We can't prove him wrong. But one thing I do know is that acute bronchitis ain't bad enough to pull out of the Virgil fight. You feel what I'm saying? So I think he made the right move. That's just me personally. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm managing, Madrimov, Israel Madrimov, I'm definitely telling him, yo, you should reconsider fighting Bohachuk, especially since, we got that Virgil opportunity in front of us, man. We got to find a way to get around that. That's what I would personally do. You feel what I'm saying? If I want to be in the best position possible against Virgil Ortiz, I want to come in as healthy as possible with as much of myself in the ring as possible. Fighting Serhii Bohachuk 2 months prior is not the ideal thing to do. And you could accumulate a lot of damage throughout that time frame. Because think about it, y'all. Israel Madrimov has to get ready for Bohachuk. So he's going to do sparring. He's going to take damage in sparring. He's going to take hits. Then he's going to fight Bohachuk. He's going to take hits. He's going to take some type of damage. Then there's going to be very little rest in between. He's going to have to go straight back into training camp. He's going to have to go straight back into training camp where I'm sure he's sparring again, sustaining damage and sparring. Then he has to go up against Virgil Ortiz where he may very capably, he may very likely take damage from Virgil Ortiz. That's a lot of damage to sustain in a 2-month span. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not really mad at Madrimov for that. Simple and plain. I think it's a great move, and I'm looking forward to seeing Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz rumble in February. Straight like that. Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. Virgil is very well rested too, of course. So you want to be as rested as possible. Sam Seals, what up? You want to be just as well rested as him. You know, Virgil ain't rumbled since August. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Madrimov, he's making the right choice. Just my personal opinion. I ain't gonna shit on him for that. Is Bohachuk winning against Ismail Davis? I'm not too familiar with him, Mr. 007, so I can't really speak on that. I'm going to have to do some Googles before I could really come up with that answer. But Bohachuk, he's one of the top contenders at 154, no doubt about it. Especially with that performance he had against Virgil. He proved his worth. Yeah, it was dumb, but maybe it wasn't dumb, Agent, because in all honesty, maybe that was just – look, the Virgil opportunity came about last minute, right? So, you know, with Madrimov being a fighter and wanting to be active, he's going to take the Bohachuk opportunity because that was the best opportunity at that moment that he accepted it. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like he had both presented at the same time and he just accepted both because in that case, Agent, that would be dumb. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, he had a solid fight right here. Then a bigger fight came on the horizon. So Madrimov was like, all right, you know, I might not really actually need – this is a big opportunity in front of me. Maybe I don't need the solid fight. Let me get this shit out of the way so I can solely focus on this big fight right here. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, I knew that was the intention all along. You know, that's why when I seen the news, I was like, oh, shit, I figured that. There was no way that he was going to fight both of these guys. It just didn't make sense. We was talking about it at the gym and all. And, you know, right as soon as we got finished talking about it, I went home. You know what I'm saying? Woke up the next day, was chilling. Boom, the news dropped. I already knew that was going to happen, bro. Nice calculated move. My boy Jay Cash said, got my office game room set up. Got this joint on my TV in my reclining chair with some fire rolled up. Shout out to the boy Jay Cash. When you get the chance, bro, you gotta show me how the game room set up, man. I ain't got no room in my apartment for a fucking game room, but I wish I could use that extra room. But you know, I got a son and I mean we got kids in here. You feel me? So that shit ain't gonna happen. I wish I could turn my laundry room into a motherfucker. Nah, my laundry room not big enough. I could probably make a small game room in my living room because my living room big as shit. But yeah, we be in the gym talking about fights all the time. Of course. That's what we be doing, bro. Like if we not, because it's the thing, right? Fighters are not only training their bodies, they training their minds, right? So when we in here, the whole focus when you walk in the gym is about boxing, whether we're going over workouts or we talking about boxing, we keeping our mind on boxing. You feel what I'm saying? You got to train the mind just like how you train the body. You feel what I'm saying? So, of course, we want to inform fighters what's going on in the boxing world, how the way they moving in the boxing world, because eventually, you know, who's to say they won't be in that position? You know, and as long as you know your history, I mean, you'll be well informed for the future. That's what I genuinely believe. You feel me? So, now I ain't really like a barbershop. No, barbershops, they be talking about any and everything, and you know what I'm saying? Should be getting kind of hectic in there. Like, you know, but I guess like in terms of like barbershop type conversations, I guess we be having them, but it really just be in line with boxing for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Unless shit just go left, you know what I'm saying? We be having some crazy conversations sometimes, but Go 787, what up? He said, what do you think? Who you think would have won between David Tua and Mike Tyson, both in their prime? I know it's random. David Tua was a tough motherfucker, bro. They actually mirrored each other in some ways, and David Tua was strong as hell. But I do think Mike, you know, especially if we talking about prime Mike, I I think he was on a different level. You know, I think the speed would have played the difference. I don't know if he would have knocked David Tua out because that motherfucker had a granite chin with a hell of a punch. So he would have been dangerous. You know, he would have been dangerous. But, you know, prime Mike, you know, speed, explosiveness, you know, solid defense. I think he would have got off on David Tua, man. I think so. But, you know, I think David Tua would have been game the whole time. I think it would have been a nice competitive John, honestly. Mike would have had to been on his shit. He would have had to been on his peekaboo shit crazy. You know, he would have had to been on his peekaboo shit crazy and make sure he keeping them hands up. But I just think that Prime Mike was on a different level than David Tua. That's just my personal opinion. But that's a great fucking fight. Sam Seal said, "You're gonna go to Atlanta to watch Greg and Norman Sr.?" That's fucking hilarious. No, I will not be in Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta, but I definitely won't be there for that. But I will be buying the fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm definitely buying the fight. So yeah. I'll be supporting my guy Greg, and hopefully he come out victorious. Gotta bring him on the channel, so, you know, when the fight get a little bit closer, so we could talk about it. Sam Seal said, "Who you got if they fight Richardson, Hitchens, or Haney?" Well, we was talking about that right after, you know, Hitchens won against Paro, and I was saying how both of these guys, they got similar attributes in terms of being, you know, athletic, slick, outboxers. You know what I'm saying? Who have, you know, who have good movement and things of that nature. Hitchens got a hell of a jab, got a hell of a right hand. But if we talking about character, in all honesty, I think that Devin got more dog than Richardson Hitchens in the ring. This is based off of my observations, y'all. So y'all feel free to disagree. I think Devin got more dog in him. I think he'll take more chances in terms of being the aggressor. And I do think that Devin Haney is I think he's faster than Hitchens. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think he's faster than Hitchens. That's a bit, I guess that could be a little debatable, but one thing I do know for sure is that he's better offensively. I think that Haney has more punches in his toolbox in comparison to Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? I think you'll see a lot more diversity in Haney's offense in comparison to Hitchens. I think Hitchens likes he's fun. He got the basics down packed. You know what I'm saying? He likes to move off of the basics. Sometimes that's all you need to beat a motherfucker, bro. But I think that, you know, with Haney being more aggressive, you know, having more dog in him based off of what I've seen and just being, you know, the more offensively sound fighter, I feel like Devin Haney would beat Richardson Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a great, man. I would love to see that fight just to see the fucking battle of the jab. Both of them guys got phenomenal jabs. I think Hitchens got a solid ass jab. I think Haney got a solid ass jab. It would be great to see who neutralizes whose jab and who ends up having, you know, who ends up getting the better of the jab war. You know what I mean? The jab game. I would love to see that. I got Hitchens beating Devin because he's bigger and taller and uses his reach, and Devin doesn't know how to fight coming forward against a taller guy. How would you know that, Lo? How would you know that? You can't even say that in all honesty because, you know what I'm saying? He was coming forward against Ryan, and the only rounds that Ryan won was the rounds that he knocked Devin down in. He came out victorious in every single round. He actually won every round he didn't get knocked out in. So it was just he definitely knows how to come forward against a taller guy. He just needs to be more defensively responsible. You know what I mean? There's some chinks in his armor, but to say that he can't fight going forward against a taller fighter, that's not true. You feel what I'm saying? Now, there's some things that he could tighten up on while coming forward against a taller guy. But in terms of being bigger and taller, I mean, he might be taller, but that doesn't necessarily equate to being bigger. Devin blows up in weight. You know, Devin not a small dude at all. In all honesty, it looked like Devin has a harder time getting to 40 than Hitchens does. He said, but Ryan doesn't fight tall with a jab. Richard has a jab and fights tall. But is he gonna be able to? What's the height difference between Hitchens and Devin Haney? Richardson Hitchens, how tall is he? He's 5'10". And what's Devin Haney? 5'9"? So you talking about a 1-inch height difference. They the same height, bro. Like, an inch is like this, right? Like literally like this. Like, I don't know if that's not a significant difference to make that really be a factor. In all honesty, I wonder who has the longer wingspan. Let me see. He got a 74-inch reach, so Hitchens definitely got reach on him. So what Devin got a 72. So you talking about? Let me see. Let's see Devin's reach. He got a 71-inch reach. So you're talking about a 3-inch reach advantage with a 1-inch height advantage. I don't know that, bro. Like I can't really agree with you on that. But I think Devin Haney got more tools in his offensive bag than Hitchens. I think he's more slick than Hitchens. I just think that Devin Haney's overall better. And regardless of him being taller or having a bigger reach, and somehow Devin Haney not knowing how to fight, he not knowing how to come forward against tall fighters, that's not true at all. Because first of all, he's been undefeated. Well, he's undefeated now, but until fighting Ryan Garcia, he was undefeated. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, he or had any type of controversial fights. You feel what I'm saying? He's won all of his fights pretty handily, you know what I'm saying, outside of the Ryan Garcia joint. You feel what I'm saying? Which, he didn't lose, obviously, but yeah, and Devin's body work is extremely underrated as well. We seen that shit against Vasyl Lomachenko, and in that sparring session with Liam Paro, he placed some beautiful body shots. You know what I'm saying? That sparring session between Devin Haney and Liam Paro, let's just say this, that was a sensational, because he was bigger than everyone he fought. Okay, so all right, so that's what you say, right? Greatest of all time. That's what you say, right? So if that's the case and what you're saying is true, then Lowe's point isn't valid. Because Lowe just said that he don't know how to fight coming forward against taller fighters. If everybody that Devin has fought has been shorter than him, then how can we make that assessment that he doesn't know how to come forward against taller fighters? We don't know that. We never seen it happen. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty confident in my pick. I think Devin Haney will defeat Richardson Hitchens if they were to fight. Like Hitchens, he's fun. He got the basics down pat. He boxed well. You know what I'm saying? I like what I saw. He got great time, and he can make adjustments. I seen it happen with Liam Paro. But he didn't really do anything that was like mind-boggling to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see anything too crazy about him. And, he made his excuses about the Lamos fight or whatever, but I want to see him go in there with a fucking pressure fighter, dog. I want to see him go in there against Subriel Matias. 100% Subriel Matias. You know what I'm saying? Not that bullshit that he pulled off with Leon Paro. I want to see, the one that fought Jukambayev. I want to see the one that fought Malik Hawkins. I want to see the one that fought, you know what I'm saying? I forgot that fucking dude from Crunk Jim's name. Whatever the fuck his name is. Hitchens pretty, yeah, he definitely won the basics, bro. The man won the fight with a 1-2. And most of the time, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't even together. Like he jab, lead right hand, jab, 1-2, jab. But that's all you really need when you really understand the sport of boxing and you got the basics down pat. If you're not in there, and this ain't no disrespect to Leon Paro because he is of the elite at 140. If you're not in there with somebody who, you know what I mean, knows how to neutralize that, it's an easy fight. I've had amateurs win fights off of jabs alone. I got a guy by the name of Tyrese Martin. We fought out in Jersey, out in I don't know if it was North Jersey, Central Jersey. It was somewhere around there. And the dude that he was fighting was aggressive, sloppy as hell. I'm like, yo, bro, you could beat him with a jab. He was like, what? I said, bro, you could beat him with a jab. Bro, swear to God, bro. And that was after the first round. And he dominated the first round, but you know what I'm saying? Jab, jab, double jab, feint jab, slip jab, jab, up jab, jab to the body. Like the dude didn't know what to do. His mouthpiece coming out, it was taking points off of him. Because his mouthpiece kept falling out and shit like that. Won a clean decision. Just with a jab. If you know how to use it, and you know how to if you know how to be unpredictable with it and know all the different types of jabs, you can win a fight just off of that. Especially if the person don't know how to adjust to a jab or know how to take a jab away, it's easy pickings. You said Paro's fundamentals were falling apart as the fight went on. This is what I think happened with Paro. Paro had the right idea, man. He was probing. He was probing with his jab, changing levels. You know what I'm saying? And was stabbing to the body real well. And he was being, pretty creative with his offense, and it was throwing Hitchens off. Even seeing Hitchens freezing at times because he didn't know what to expect from Paro. But the adjustment that Hitchens made was being first with his jab. Before Paro will, get a shot off, he'll disrupt it with the jab. You know what I'm saying? And then as it went into the fourth, fifth round, the right hand started clicking. And I think Paro felt his power. It wasn't like obviously like knockout artist type power, but it was the type of power where you don't want to get hit with that shit too many times. You got to keep in mind, Liam Paro is a small 140, Hitchens is a big 140. You know what I'm saying? So this punch is coming from a naturally bigger man, and I think as a result, Liam Paro got a little hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen times where he had Hitchens on the ropes, he'll throw a combination, and then he'll back straight up. And I was like, oh wow. Like he really he's really discouraged by Hitchens counterpunching. And that's when shit really started to go left. And then, by that time, Hitchens already had his timing down. You know what I mean? He already had the range down. And it got to the point where Liam Paro was getting desperate, trying to throw overhands, trying to land like a big money shot. But Hitchens was already seeing all the punches coming. The punches was becoming telegraphed at this point. He literally fell apart from like a game plan, like psychological aspect. Started off real confident. Then with Hitchens gave him some shit, you know what I'm saying, to look at. He started second guessing himself. So that's just what I think happened with Liam Paro. But regardless, man, Liam Paro he's a good fucking fighter, bro. He's a good fighter. Like I see why he beat like Subriel and you know what I'm saying. He did what he did with Montana Love and shit like that because Liam Paro a dog. He a dog. He confident and he got fucking skills, bro. And I never heard nobody ever degrade that man's skills. I seen this man getting credit from Hitchens. I seen him getting credit from Shakur Stevenson. Like game recognized game. You feel me? So like Liam Paro, you know what I mean? He might not be good enough to beat a Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little bit too much of a difficult style to deal with, but Liam Paro could definitely beat some of these top 140s. In all honesty, I would like to see him versus Jack Catterall. I want to see that fight. Being that he lost and Kambosos came off of a loss, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have them fight in Australia against each other. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good money, John, that he could take and then jump right back in the mix. If he'll beat Kambosos. He'll definitely beat Kambosos. So, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to make it. I think that they was trying to have Liam Paro win. You know what I'm saying? And then, fight, Kambosos for the belt in Australia, which Kambosos isn't really deserving of, but, you know what I'm saying? Australia versus Australia, it makes money, it makes sense type shit. But I think it makes even more sense, considering that they both coming off of losses. Marissa, what's going on? Kambosos got stopped for the first time in his career, his last fight. Liam Paro took his first loss. Fuck it. Fight each other. Why not? That's still a good fight. I'll be tuned in. I'll watch that shit. In Australia, oh yeah, they going to get to some money. I see Hitchens. Trying to get that Kambosos fight. But it's like, Hitchens, stop it. Damn well Kambosos don't deserve no opportunity to fight you. Let Liam Paro worry about that. Why don't you fight somebody in the division that we want to see you fight? You were just going around talking about how you want to fight Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? If Teofimo capping about these Jaron Ennis negotiations, go ahead, focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Try to get that fight. Try to get another champion in the division, or fight a guy that's ranked in the IBF, like a Subriel Matias. Why the fuck not? You feel what I'm saying? Hitchens would have always beat Montana Love. Oh, yeah, he would have schooled Montana Love. I don't know if he would have stopped him, but he would have schooled Montana Love. Montana Love is not of that, caliber. You feel what I'm saying? Like, flashy dude. You know what I'm saying? He got some power and all that. Like, if you like a C-level fighter, he might give you some trouble. He might fuck you up type shit. But, I look at Hitchens as like amongst the best at 140. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he trying to secure easy money, but you know what I'm saying? When you get a world title, man, you held to a different standard, dog. Like, if you was a contender out here just trying to build your name and all that, yeah, that sound good. But you a champion in a really hot division right now, so you got a lot of expectations set on you. And if you don't fall in line with what the people ask of you, I mean, your reputation gonna go down the drain. That's just what it is. Let me see. Montana Love versus George Kambosos. Seems like Montana Love always loses to these Australians. Anonymous, if you feel like that, if you feel like Montana Love always loses to these Australians, why you want him to fight another Australian? Shakur was supporting Hitchens. Was you surprised? Not necessarily. Like, I'm sure they still not like, buddy like homies, but he do got history with the man at the end of the day. And if he was to prey on his downfall, that would kind of make him look bad. Regardless of them having a falling out. That's his, regardless of what place they are and their friendship or whatever the fuck you want to call it right now, they came up together. You want to see him overcome it? I mean, that makes sense. But, that'll be a solid fight, Montana Love versus George Kambosos. But you already know how the business set up, bro. It's about what makes sense to these promoters. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos just signed with Matchroom. Leon Paro with Matchroom. It just make all the sense in the world. They both Australian. They both well-known fighters in Australia. That shit gonna make all the sense in the world. They not gonna let Montana Love try to come and fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? So talk about Hitchens coach Lenny. I don't know Lenny, so I can't really speak on him. What you want me to say about him? If he was the one that was leading the corner, I really didn't like how the way he was all panicky. I didn't like how he was like all panicking in the corner, because you know what I'm saying. You gotta have a certain level of composure when you instructing your fighter to victory. You know what I'm saying. Now, if you want to hype him up a little bit and what I'm saying, motivate him. You know what I'm saying, on your Teddy Atlas shit, and that's cool. But when you sitting there and you really in there having an anxiety attack, that could have, if your fighter not cut from a certain place, if your fighter not cut from a certain cloth mentally, that could really affect them and then harm their performance in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Your fighter will never want to see you panicking. He want to see you calm at all times. You keep it real with him, but you always want to stay relaxed. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you giving off that energy, there's a likelihood you might receive that back. And you don't want your fighter to be panicky, anxiety filled in the ring. It's just not a good look. And then on top of that, I felt like his instructions weren't very well thought out neither. But that's just my opinion. Hitchens was like, I know I'm up. Stop. Yeah, and I'm glad Hitchens had that reassurance. He had that reassurance in himself that he knew that he was up. And you know what I'm saying? It's just sad that the fighter got to calm down the coach. It should be, when you in there, if you're in that corner, it should be the opposite of anything. It should be the coach calming down the fighter, get him back to a certain mentality so he can get back to that road to victory. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, where Pagai question at? You said, yo, Mark, what you think about Ray Savage versus Foster? I think you asked this question before. If it wasn't you, it was definitely somebody who be in the chat a lot. I mean, I like that fight, man. Yo, look, they've been talking crazy to each other back and forth, bro. They honestly don't really like each other. Ray just made his 130 debut. He looked pretty sharp. He looked solid, looked strong. You could tell that additional weight that he put on definitely helped him. Oshaki Foster, you know what I mean? He just got his revenge against Kansei Sao. But I do think he had a subpar performance, if we being real, in comparison to I thought his first fight was better than his second fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought Kansei Sao was a lot more competitive in the second fight, but regardless, you know what I mean? Oshaki's back on the right track, and if they were to make that fight happen, I would like to see that. I'm rooting for Raymond Ford, of course. I kind of like what Raymond Ford brings to the table a little bit more than Oshaki, but Oshaki's game. You know what I'm saying? He a two-time world champion at this point. Is he? Yeah, he a two-time world champion at this point. That's for a reason. So I would like to see that. I think that'll be like on a stacked card. That'll be a good ass co-main event. It could be a main event in itself, depending on who else is on the card. But if we talking like a Turkey a la Sheik type John, that'd be like a good opening bout / good ass co-main event. So Shaki got to cut that hair, or he's got to find a better way to stabilize. You know what I'm saying? His locks. You know what I mean? He got to do what Bermain Stavern did, because I ain't never seen Bermain Stavern locks get in front of his face or over his shoulder. I seen that man get cracked by Deontay Wilder, and his motherfucking lock stood right in place. It's like shit. He need whatever the fuck Bermain got. He got to ask Bermain what he wrapped his head with. Shit. Shout out to the 44 people that's in the building. If y'all appreciate the boxing talk, if you appreciate the conversations, you know what I mean, especially in the chat, hit the like button, man. We on the road to 3K. We well into the 2,400 mark. Looking to be at that 2,500 mark by the end of the year. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get it. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. But yeah, we spoke about the Devin Haney, Leon Paro sparring. I thought it was great competitive work. Devin Haney definitely looked like he was getting the better of it, but Leon Paro, he was game. He had his moments, and I love that type of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not like one-sided, somebody getting their ass beat, about to get stopped in sparring type shit. Like it was these guys both showing that they on a certain level. And, Devin Haney even gave him his credit. He like, hey, I think Leon Paro will be champion again someday. You feel what I'm saying? So if somebody's saying that about a particular fighter, that means that they think of them, in a good way. You feel what I'm saying? He said Boots' hair grew back quick. All of a sudden, he got braids. I think Boots just posted and said that video was old. So that's not how his hair looks right now. Sing, what's going on, brother? You breezing past the 2,400, man. We working, bro. We working. What can I say? We working. I was stagnant for a little while, but we passed that for sure. But let's talk, since we talking about Jaron Ennis, man. Let's talk about this whole Jaron Ennis Teofimo Lopez situation. Let me pull this motherfucking tweet up by my boy Michael Benson. Shout out to the boy Michael Benson for keeping me informed of what's going on in the boxing world. Let's see what he says. So Michael Benson, this was 8 hours ago. So he wrote this around 2:55 in the afternoon. And Michael Benson says Jaron Boots Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez is now in talks as a potential fight for Boots' IBF welterweight world title. Bob Arum has revealed. Arum said they've approached Eddie Hearn about making the bout as a joint DAZN/ESPN pay-per-view. And this is he cited Boxing Scene. So this is confirmed by Boxing Scene, and now Michael Benson is reporting it. So a lot of people sent this over to me. It was at least like 5 people in my DM on my personal page, and then I got another 3 on my boxing page on Instagram. Follow both if y'all haven't already. And they want to know what I'm thinking about it. So this is what I think. Now, we just seen similar reports come out with Jaron Ennis possibly being in talks with Virgil Ortiz, blah, blah, blah. The whole time, Booth said that he wasn't even involved in the negotiations. He ain't had no idea what was going on. And from further notice, he just said this a couple days ago. If he didn't say it, if it doesn't come from him, then it's not true. You feel what I'm saying? So Booth may very well be in the crib, chilling, not talking to anybody about anything. And now there's another rumor out here that he's possibly negotiating with Teofimo Lopez for a fight. Now, Bob Arum seems to have revealed this. So maybe this isn't cap. This isn't coming from Teofimo Lopez's mouth. This is coming from Bob Aaron's mouth, apparently. So maybe there is some talks going on. Maybe this is a possibility. Maybe, just maybe, Boost may be fighting Teofimo Lopez, but I haven't seen Boost confirm anything at all on social media. So until he confirms it, I'm gonna reserve my opinion on this. And on some real shit, I'm looking at it as cap. You feel what I mean? I'm looking at it as cap. Just think about it, yo. Like Teofimo Lopez, this dude, man, he's out here calling out every name that's currently relevant in the sport of boxing. And each name that he's calling out has nothing to do with his weight class. I just said this in a video that I had put out yesterday. You calling out 135 pounder and Gervonta Davis, you no longer compete at 135. You're at 140. You're calling out Jaron Ennis, who's a 147. You're calling out Terrence Crawford, who's a 154, bro. Neither one of these dudes are in your weight class, but for some reason, you feel like it is below you to face another champion in the 140-pound division. There's Richardson Hitchens there that you could fight that I'm sure a lot of people would tune in. You know what I mean? It's New York versus New York. Why you want to bring Boots over to MSG in New York when you could fight a Brooklyn fighter who's a champion of your division to fight at MSG or the Barclays? Why can't that happen? I think that'll be a great fight. You also got other champions going. I mean, look, man, like Arnold Barbosa been at the top of your rankings for I don't know how long. You don't even want to look in this dude direction. You've been ducking him like the motherfucking plague. Then you got let's talk about the other champions. Albert Puello, fucking Rayo Venezuela. You don't ever want to mention his name because Rayo pretty much got a name off of stopping you in sparring. Who's the other champion that I'm missing out on, y'all? I said Hitchens, Puello, and Raya. Okay, so I got all of them. So yeah, man. Besides Teofimo Lopez, of course. So yeah, man. I just find it so funny how, and all of these guys have been relevant names lately. And it seems like every name that's becoming relevant in the sport of boxing, guys like Teofimo Lopez and Edgar Berlanga find ways to include themselves, you know what I mean, with that name, trying to find ways to attach themselves to that name. Do y'all remember when Edgar Berlanga came out and said that he'll drain himself to 150 to fight Gervonta Davis? Do y'all remember when he said that, how stupid he fucking sounded? Do you remember when Edgar Berlanga even sounded more stupid when he said he wanted to fight Daniel Dubois? And that he just so happened to say that after Dubois knocked out AJ and had the boxing world going crazy. How about when he said that he wanted to fight Artur Beterbiev, coincidentally around the time that Artur Beterbiev became undisputed by beating Bivol? Like, this is what clout chasers do. They attach their names to current relevant topics. We've seen Ryan Garcia do it multiple times, you know what I'm saying? And now we see Teofimo Lopez doing it. Because right after the Madrimov, John, what he doing? They were trying to run up to him and trying to get his attention and all this shit. Devin Haney getting back on social media interacting, Bill Haney coming back out on social media interacting. All of a sudden, Teofimo Lopez talking about Devin Haney turned down the fight. It's the same shit all the time with these guys, bro. As soon as there's a little headline about them, here comes Teofimo Lopez attaching his name. Then he gonna attach his name over here, bro. This ain't the takeover. You supposed to be like the clout chasing takeover. That's not what you should be partaking in, my brother. Like when you talking to takeover, you should be talking about taking over the sport. And how are you gonna be able to take over this sport, Tio? It's not gonna be fighting. It's not gonna be by fighting guys like Steve Claggett. It ain't gonna be by avoiding certain styles and having and then crying after fights because you felt like you lost, but they gave you a gift and questioning whether you got it anymore. Like, this ain't part of the takeover that you've been aiming for. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to take over, you're gonna have to fight these guys, man. You're gonna have to fight these guys. You feel what I'm saying? Actually, you can learn something from Boots, nigga. Focus on your division before you think about moving up anywhere. Because we know you can't move down. You had a hole in your esophagus. That's why you lost to Cambosis, right? So why don't you learn something from Boots and focus in on your weight class? You feel me? Because you over here calling yourself a two-time lineal champion. All right, that sound good. That's the new argument he putting out because he tried that 2-time undisputed shit, but everybody been shooting it down. So he's like, oh, by my definition, I'm 2-time undisputed, but let's just say 2-time lineal. Bro, who the fuck cares about that lineal shit? Like seriously, like it's either undisputed, bro. We don't give a fuck about that lineal shit. Like that's a cool little thing to put on the resume and all that, but it's about the 4 major belts, cuz. It's about the 4 major belts. Fuck the Ring magazine. I don't give a fuck what type of history that shit got. Fuck the fucking lineal titles. Bro, WBA, WBO, WBC, IBF. Get all 4 of those, and we acknowledge you as the best in your division. We acknowledge you as a top pound for pound fighter, bro. No, he not. T.O. is not the undisputed champion. How can you kind of be, how can you kind of be an undisputed champion? How that even work? It's either there's no halfway. There's no halfway undisputed niggas out here. It's either you is or you not. T.O. has never ever had all 4 belts in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the WBC franchise belt at 135. He ain't had the real WBC title. That shit was sitting in Devin Haney hands. He could have went and fought Devin Haney for all the belts, but he ain't make it because Cambosa stomped on him. T3 Tank said Boo's winning. Oh, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Boo's definitely stomping on T.O. He gonna break T.O. the fuck up. Cause T.O. can't fight going backwards, bro. Let's just keep it 1,000. He can't fight going backwards. You know what I'm saying? And he barely know how to fight coming forward. T.O. like to come forward. You know what I'm saying? He like to, be all flashy and athletic and all that shit. He not gonna be able to do that shit with Boots because Boots has that same type of athleticism with the skill set to go along with it. And if Boots uses his jab, it's over. It's over. T.O. short arms, he not gonna be able to touch Boots. Boots is his disciplined self. You feel what I'm saying? And it's being shitty sharp how he usually is. Yeah, he knows how to stand the counter. Yeah, T.O. like to punch with his opponents. You know what I'm saying? He like to beat opponents to the punch. He like to plant his feet. He'll see his opponent attempt to open up, and then he'll throw something right with them, like he did with Richard Coleman. I seen him do that shit with Mason Menard. Like all that shit. Like he likes to counter guys. He likes to plant his feet and counter guys. That shit's not gonna work with somebody like Boots. Way too fast, way too strong. The hand speed gonna be crazy. T.O. ain't never been hitting the body on some pro shit. Come on, dog. He gonna step on T.O. And then after T.O. gets stepped on, he gonna talk about how he dared to be great, and this is what fighters need to do. I already see how that whole shit gonna unfold. No, Loma was never undisputed. T3 Tank, Loma was never undisputed. He was never undisputed. Devin Haney was Loma's mandatory, bro. This is what people don't understand. Loma was Devin was Loma mandatory. Right? So it got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, they had to make a move. It was either Loma was going to fight Loma was going to fight Dev. Yeah, Josh Taylor was undisputed. That's a fact. But he ended up getting like his belts taken from him, and his belts pretty much went everywhere. And I think the only belt that he held on to was the WBO, which T.O. took from him. But what I'm telling you is, Loma had a choice: fight Devin Haney at that time, or he had to give the belt over to Devin Haney, which is why he became an email champion, right? So to make Loma, not feel bad about being a duck, the WBC gave him a fucking WBC franchise title. So they gave him a title, but it wasn't the full-fledged title. You feel what I'm saying? Mauricio Suleiman quoted the WBC franchise title as being a trophy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even a legit world title if you asking Mauricio. Loma was never undisputed. Loma was never undisputed. He was unified. Loma was WBC franchise champion. Y'all can look that up. Devin Haney had the WBC world title. That's why they was calling him an email champion. I think Teo was the first one that called Devin an email champion. He got his title through an email. They handed the belt over to him. Okay, cool. Yeah, Haney gave Loma a shot for undisputed. That's a fact. And Loma came up short. Jamel, his toughest fight at 54. Who you talking about? You talking about Terrence? Oh, yeah, we got 50 people in the building, man. Y'all definitely got to hit that like button, bro. I appreciate everybody coming through. We 50 minutes in and got 50 people in here. Salute. So the belt that Devin got emailed was vacant? No, T3. What I'm telling you is the belt was Loma's at one point in time. But he was unified. Loma was unified. Loma was unified. He didn't have all the titles. What titles did Loma have? Loma had the IBF. No. Wait. We gotta go back in time a little bit, y'all. But this shit was about 4 years ago. So Loma was unified, right? Teo had a belt. He was missing the WBC. Yeah, but didn't Teo have the IBF? Then Teo had the IBF. I think Loma had 2 titles. Yeah, Loma had the WBO, the WBA, and the WBC franchise. Right? Then he went and he fought. I think Loma only had the WBO and the WBA if we keeping it a buck. Hold on. I think he had the WBA and the WBO, bro. Teo had the IBF after he starched Coleman. You feel what I'm saying? So when Loma and Teo fought, it was for the 3 major belts. Because by that time already, Devin was already the WBC champion of the world. Loma didn't fulfill his mandatory, so they stripped Loma of that world title and gave him a WBC franchise belt in exchange for it. So WBC was trying to play it like the WBC franchise belt was like above the world title, but it later came out the WBC franchise belt is a trophy. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, the belt Tank had before he got elevated. What you mean the belt Tank had before he got elevated? All I know is Teo had the IBF after he beat Coleman. Loma, he didn't fulfill his mandatory with Devin, so they gave Devin the title, email champ. So the belts that Loma had was the WBC franchise, the WBO, and the WBA. So when Teo beat Loma, he had those belts. And he was claiming how he was this undisputed champion. No, you were unified. You had 3 of the major titles. Then you had that bullshit WBC belt that Mauricio been putting in your face. Devin, the real WBC champion. Tank had the regular WBA. Yeah, I think he had that after he beat Rolly. But there ain't no real title. No, the WBC. No, the WBA regular is a legitimate title. It's just a smaller version of the world title. It's like the sub belt. It's almost like an interim belt. The WBA regular is like an interim title. WBC franchise, I literally heard Mauricio consider it a trophy. So it's not even a fucking mate. It's not even like it's not a belt for real. Bro, Loma was never undisputed. Tank, what are you talking about? Loma got stripped for not fulfilling his mandatory. If you get stripped, you're not undisputed. Bro, Tank, they call Tank champion, but niggas who really know the game know that Tank ain't got no major fucking title. Well, he just got elevated to the full-fledged WBA champion, but you know what I'm saying? At the time that he was running around with that WBA regular, that wasn't no real title. And that title that Tank got at 140 wasn't no legit title neither. Tank really a 2-division world champion, bro. They keep calling him this 5-time, what they call him, a 5-time 3-division world champion, bro. That belt at 140 wasn't real. That shit wasn't real. Who told these niggas that? Devin made Tank an email champ. Everybody don't look at it like that, but well, I do. I keep that shit by the facts, brother. Regular titles ain't the real world title. We don't count regular titles, cuz. ESPN Undisputed. That's funny. Tank never got a belt at 126. Who told you that? Tank first world title was the IBF at 130 pounds after he beat Jose Pedraza. He's never won a world title at 126. Don't spread these lies. That's not true. Big T said, great fight. I got Ennis by decision. You think T.O. going 12 rounds with boots? After we seen how Steve Claggett lumped this shit up, you think he gonna stand up to Boots' power? Not majority don't rule. Yo, the facts rule over here. I don't give a fuck what the majority could be wrong. The majority could be wrong. Majority don't rule. The facts rule. We could give a fuck if 30 niggas got the same answer. If my answer is true, then them 30 niggas is wrong. That's just what it is. Yeah, he lost his IBF on a scale. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Tank. Yeah. That's what you think about Shakur 2-4. Yeah, Shakur got the WBO at 126, then he got the WBO and the WBC at 130, then he got the WBC at 135. That's a 3-division world champion right there. No regular titles, all major world titles from Shakur Park. So salute. That's a 4-time 3-division world champion right there. Yeah, Tank used to blow up in weight when he was chilling with Broner. When he was letting Broner bring him down. A Singh said, crazy how everyone want to fight Boots now. Don't believe that. Don't believe that, a Singh. That's just all talk, man. But we gonna see. Look, Boots said that don't believe shit unless you hear it from him. So I'm gonna take his word for it. I'm gonna give him that respect. He hasn't said anything about it, so I'm taking that as, this shit not being true. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to wait and see what Eddie Hearn say. I don't know. But if Bob reached out for that fight, it's obvious to me he trying to cash T.O. out. Listen, dog, and I'm going to say this shit right now. Bob Arum, Top Rank, they are sick and tired. They are sick and tired of Teofimo Lopez. Let me tell y'all again. Bob Arum and Top Rank are sick and tired of Teofimo Lopez. That nigga has been nothing but a fucking headache since he walked into that Top Rank office. He's been giving them nothing but trouble. This man's lying to the media. I remember when Bob Arum called this nigga a schmuck right in front of the whole media. This is how Bob interprets him. He just compared T.O. to Alice in the Wonderland a couple weeks ago. He cannot stand Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez been trying to get out of Top Rank for a while, but his goofy ass signed a contract and then tries to tell the lawyer about he's trying to tell a lawyer with over 50 years of experience what a contract says. Stupid ass. Went to court, got proven wrong, and now he on this and now he back on ESPN on Top Rank's show talking about how he loves ESPN and all this shit. And shut your goofy ass up. You thought you could fucking read a contract against a 50+ year experienced lawyer and then got cooked in court, and now you acting like you so down with Top Rank and shit. You're a fucking clown, bro. So listen, with all of that being known, Bob, like, you know what, man? I'm ready to teach this motherfucker a lesson. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Bob is really reaching out to Eddie to try to make this fight happen. Or you want to fight Boots? Bob Arum knows ain't no goddamn way Teofimo Lopez is gonna beat no fucking Jaron Ennis. But he'll do it just to punish Teo. He could get a nice little percentage out of Teo check and then watch Teo get his ass whooped and start right back from square one. He might feel like Teo needs some humble pie. He might feel like Teo needs some humble pie. And Bob Arum don't got no problem with giving niggas humble pie if they feel like they getting out of pocket. We've seen it happen multiple times. You cross Bob Arum, you treat Bob. If Bob Arum grow to dislike you, the matchmaker's on your ass, and they gonna line you up with somebody who either gonna give you a long night or beat you the fuck up, or both. You feel what I'm saying? So if this is the reality, it just goes to show, in all honesty, that Bob Arum trying to cash T.O. out. Bob Arum will get you fucked up, bro. Go ahead and slip. If you a headache, you a nut job, whatever the case is, you giving niggas problems. All right, nigga. Oh, you want to lead top rank? Oh, okay. I'm gonna make sure you go leave with an L before you leave top rank, or I hurt your reputation in the process of you leaving top rank. He couldn't beat Bud, but what did he do? Try to tarnish his name, you know what I mean, in the market. He couldn't defeat Shakur Stevenson, but what did he do? Try to tarnish his name in the market and make it look like he ain't a draw. He will try to destroy you in the ring, and if he can't destroy you in the ring, he'll try to destroy you outside of the ring. This is what Bob Arum does, and this looks like another instance of that. So let's not be surprised if, T.O. gets matched horribly in his next bout, and he gets the dog shit beat out of him. And watch how Bob Arum old ass come up out that seat and be doing the cat daddy around this motherfucker, cause you know what I mean, he gonna be happy as shit to see T.O. take a knee or have his nose more swelled up than it already is. You know what I'm saying? Knock them extra 8 teeth down his motherfucking throat. You feel what I'm saying? That's what's gonna end up happening. Bob Arum gonna have a motherfucking ball. Bob Arum life might end right there. That motherfucker might die from excitement. Bob Arum might die on that motherfucking seat watching Boots beat the shit out T.O. They gonna say that nigga had a happy death. That nigga died with a smile on his face. 93, that nigga just turned 93. Him like, oh, so this is where it ends, huh? That nigga gonna go, woo! And just. That's gonna be Bob. Bob gonna have that 5-mile stare like this. He right though. Shakur is not a draw. Okay. Big Soldier be talking that shit. Yo, Big Soldier, MX, is that from Mexico? You Mexican? What the MX stand for? Big Soldier? Jermaine Ortiz, Devin Richardson, Jack Catterall, Puello, Sandor Martin. He's ducking them pure boxers. Reynoso Juice can't save him. God damn. Yeah, bro. I didn't even know T.O. had fans left over. I thought they all left his ass. Shit crazy. I was surprised. I was like, whoa. Because people, whenever I talk about T.O., people usually be like, man, Mark, you right. Don't nobody be coming to T.O. defense. It was that one nigga. That might have been T.O. Yeah, like I don't subscribe to the fact that Shakur ain't a draw. Shakur is one of the most fucking biggest names in the sport of boxing. You feel what I'm saying? Might not be a pay-per-view draw. Like he don't got a history of selling pay-per-views, but to act like he ain't a name and niggas don't know him, like that's kind of ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't even listen to that type of shit. And if you think he wouldn't do numbers with other big names, I strongly disagree. I think him and Tank would do sensational numbers. I think that I feel like Shakur and Dev would do good numbers. I think Shakur versus Tio would do good numbers. I just think he needs that name to get into that next level in terms of, being a draw. Did Tio's girl ever answer the phone though? Nah. She ain't answer the phone, bro. I'm about to call her right now though. Let me see if I can pull it up. Somebody on Twitter had asked Tio if his girl still getting dicked down by some BBC. And Tio was so offended. He was like, "Yeah, by me. I wish you should have had a better comeback." Like, nigga, that shit stung, nigga. That's why you responded, you hoe ass nigga. Don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she like, then that's what she like, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? She playing your stupid ass. Yeah, Ray Jackson slaughtered him. I was like, damn, that's a bad job, bro. They knew the T.O. knew to take his number off this motherfucking website. He knew that. Yeah. Damn, I don't know if his girl. Oh yeah, this her right here.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
My bitch never answer her phone. I called T.O. girl. I called T.O. girl. Bitch, you ain't gonna ignore me. Fuck wrong with you? You better answer this motherfucking question, ho. You ain't gonna be treating me like T.O. I'll curse your ass out. Feel me? Fuck wrong with you? What? Who a weenie? I don't give, bro. This shit public info, bro. I ain't leak nobody number. This something that you can find yourself. I ain't leak shit. I don't like how, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out here ignoring me in these streets. When I'm talking to you, ho, you better answer. Fuck wrong with you? You sure had no problem talking to me, bitch. I'm an upgrade from your baby dad. Your baby dad don't look better than me, ho. The fuck going on? Who the fuck is Aha? This nigga named Aha. Ahahi. Ahahi. Bilash. Nigga wildin'. Yeah, I called T.O. girl on live. So what, nigga? What was gonna happen? Not a motherfucking thing. Let me stop talking crazy. I think T.O. got a sister, too. think Tio got assisted too. Hold up. Let her make that noise again. Bad John. Oh, yo, listen, bro. Tio don't want these problems. I slam that nigga around his neck. Real rat. And I smack his dad. Fuck on him. Him. I'll get my dad to knock Tio dead ass out. Fuck going on in these streets, nigga? You seen how Bill went at Zab Judah? He did? Nah, they family, cuz. How? Why? Ain't Zab Devin Haney godfather? I seen he came at. What? I ain't in my boxes, nigga. I got shorts on. Fuck is you talking about? What? He came at Zab? Nah. How he on the other side? Cause he doing. Oh, he mentioned him on a Twitter post, but he threw shots at him. Hold up. T.O. explosive as fuck. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. The fuck they gotta do with me? What him being explosive got to do with me? Whoa. You said because he entertained Jalil Hackett. Bro, he's a co-host on a fucking boxing talk show. That's what he's supposed to do. Like if him and Mill City work together to provide boxing content, you know what I'm saying? And they co-host. What he's supposed to do? What he's supposed to say? Fuck Jalil? Nigga, T.O. is not explosive like Tank, nigga. Is you fucking wildin', nigga? Like, nigga, my tank top medium. Your fat ass will wear a 5X tank top, nigga. You gotta get your shit. You gotta get your shit custom made to fit your big body ass, nigga. You got some goddamn nerve. You got some motherfucking nerve telling somebody they got a 5X tank top on, nigga. Your tank top touch your knees, you big body nigga. This nigga built like a Sprinter van telling me I got a 5X motherfucking tank top on. Maybe Bill fell away because Zad wasn't defending them. You feel me? No, he's not as explosive as Tank. He's not. He's athletic. He is explosive, but not to the extent of a Gervonta Davis. And on some real shit, his punching power didn't look like it translated to 140. Because at 135, you hit somebody clean, he was putting them out. 140, it seems like it takes a lot more for him to hurt somebody. That's just my observation. I don't know. I'm not getting hit by the nigga. I just text T.O. girl again. Mark made Sonny retire. Who the fuck is Sonny? You talking about Sonny Edwards? But who is Pedro Campa, bro? Steve Claggett was giving that nigga Tio to work. Tio had to throw over 1,000 punches to get Claggett up off him. Nigga eyes was on fucking dubs. Talking about he want Tank, Bud, and Boots. Mm-hmm. So from what I'm hearing, from the text I just received, the offer from Teofimo to Boots was real, but Boots is still locked in on unifying the division. So nigga made Lipton iced tea in our face. This nigga don't give a fuck today. Yeah. Nah, Slime, that wasn't Rodney. Rodney don't got a car. You know what I'm saying? That was too loud. That was a car. Rodney was the type nigga to put a water bottle on the back of his bike tire. So it could sound like a dirt bike, but it ain't really a dirt bike. That's the type nigga Rodney was. Y'all you remember that shit when niggas used to put the water bottles in the back of their bike tire? And then when they, they pedal and shit, like oh my God, it sounds like a dirt bike. Mm-hmm. J Cash, Rodney got a bike seat, but the bike seat vertical. That nigga bike seat look like this. $12-inch bike seat. Heterosexual thief-proof bike. Yeah. Anybody who steal that bike, gay. He gonna report his bike being stolen. He was like, I just know it's nobody that is straight. The police writing it down like, why would you say that, sir? Well, I'm telling you, it can't be a heterosexual person that stole it. It has to be somebody who likes men. Okay, why are you saying this? The bike seat is like this, okay? Nigga, bike seats look like prayer hands. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. 10-4 copy. We got to look for a blade on the bike. Mm-hmm. Karen might beat Teo. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all going at it in the comments. Yeah, but if we look at, like, if we being honest now, like, let's just keep it 1,000 about Teo, because, you know, y'all know I don't like the nigga, but is he talented? Yes. Has he shown the rise to the occasion? Yes. But I feel like there's a lot more negative with positive about Teo. If he's going up to 147, he's going to have a lot of trouble just based off of what I've seen in his previous performances. His power doesn't look as devastating at 140 as it was at 135. That's a cause for concern. Now, because these have just been durable opponents that he's been in there with, possibly, but it doesn't seem like his punches have the same effect that it previously had back when he was at the lightweight division. So now you're talking about putting on an additional 7 pounds. You feel what I'm saying? When he claims that he's 155 pounds right now. So it's not going to be that much of a weight cut, a.k.a. he's going to be undersized for the welterweight division. So you mean to tell me that Teofimo Lopez will have chances with legit welterweight guys who have shown to take a punch? So we've seen Karen take flush shots from big punches like Jaron Ennis and still be able to continue with the fight. So Teofimo Lopez, does he have what it takes to actually hurt Karen? Can he outskill Karen? Karen showed to be a very crafty individual, man. You know, he's shown to be pretty versatile. He's shown that he could box, which is something that Teofimo Lopez does not want to see in the ring. And he's also shown that he could come forward and let his hands go. And Teofimo Lopez's defense has been looking shaky in his previous fights. Look how swelled up he looked against Steve Claggett, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, it was only 2 fights that we see from Karen, but 2 of those fights happen to be against the world's best welterweight champion right now. So yeah, we only seen 2 fights from Karen, but they were against the best welterweight in the world right now, Jaron Ennis. And did he lose both times? Yes. But did he make a name for himself? Yes. Teo low-key a better boxer? Better boxer than who? Sandor Martin got 0 power, and he still was making Teo touch the earth. Who is Teo low-key a better boxer than? That's what I want to know. Coffee, what the fuck is you smirking for? Tank talking that shit. Tank, but you ain't answer who he a better boxer than. It was only close because Boots was chasing the KO. I don't even think it was close. It was just it wasn't neither one of them was close fights in my opinion. This nigga Tay. No, it wasn't close at all. First fight, it was 12-0. This time, Karen probably got 3 rounds. You said Teal got knocked out by Ryo in less than 20 seconds. Is that what happened? Ryo Iron Mike Teal? Yeah, I heard Ryo stop Teal to the body. That's what I heard. Was it Poi Pounder? That's a pause, but we're gonna let it go. Boo's got to stick with the plan and stay at 47. He would look bad taking this fight. Teal calling out best fighters, not in his division. I guess that's what you meant to say. Needs to fight Haney for 140 supremacy, even though he's not a side. That's actually a great point. And listen, from the people I reached out to the person who was close to Boots, and I asked, "Yo, Boots T.O. real?" He said the offer was real, yeah, but he wants to unify. So seems like Boots isn't really gonna go in that direction. He's set on one goal. He's not really worried about all the outside distractions. You feel what I'm saying? But watch, because of this, Teofimo is gonna be like, "Oh, Boots turned down a fight with me." Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, nigga, he turned it down because he got bigger fish to fry, and you're not one of those bigger fish, nigga. You should, like I said, you should follow Boots's. You should learn something from Boots and stay at 140 and make a name down there, because you know what I'm saying, you fought a Josh Taylor that was on the decline, my nigga, and you took a title from him. And ever since then, you've been holding that belt hostage, and you ain't been wanting no smoke with none of the top guys in your weight class. You got Gary Antoine Russell, you got Rayo Venezuela, you got Devin Haney, you got Albert Puello. Like, make a fucking move, you idiot. Richardson Hitchens now. But it's so below you to face these guys. Why? I hope they all turn him down. I hope Bud turn him down. And then he's offering fights with like Devin Haney and Boots and them, and he's saying 55-45 pay-per-view split in his favor? What? How the fuck you gonna favor a fucking pay-per-view split when you never headlined the pay-per-view? Devin has. He has a track record of selling pay-per-views. Your goofy ass don't. So how the fuck you sound like it's almost like you want niggas to turn it down. Yeah, I heard Boots say that 55-45 pay-per-view split. Tio looking for the bag. He ain't gonna find it with Top Rank. All he do is complain about how Top Rank don't pay him. They ain't give him a bag in his biggest fights. You think gonna give him a fucking bag now? Said he never took home $1 million. T.O. not the A side, the Bud, Tank, or Boots. Thank you. Especially not Boots. Boots done put way more asses. You know, his last 2 fights at the Wells Fargo done did way better than all your fights at MSG. I want to see T.O. in the mix with these top niggas, man. On some real shit, I wouldn't be mad if T.O. fight Tank. I wouldn't be mad if Tank fight Tio next. What y'all think, y'all? Let's say Tank get Lamont Roach out the way. Tio versus Tank. I see that shit. And I got Tank knocking his ass out. He said Tank with body Tio. Yo, I seen that old sparring session they had. Mind you, they was both young. But once Tank turned up on Tio, it was over. Niggas started punching Tio all around the ring and shit. Oh, man. It's just embarrassing that Tio let Kambosos outboxing, bro. Like, Kambosos, bro. That shit aged so bad. Nobody beating Tank. Damn, that's why. Is that why your name T3 Tank, nigga? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Yeah, I swear to God. Hold on. We about to figure something out right now. Excuse me. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, I remember Tank said he would touch Bud Chen acting like he would fuck Bud up. Man, Tank will get stopped by Bud. My mother. That nigga said my mother named me Tank. Nigga, is this Gervonta? That nigga ain't rocking shit, Tay. Cut it out. It was John Nelson, Boca Chica that this nigga said German suplex Tio. Yo, the German suplex is fucking hilarious. He said, who was that dude that German suplex Tio in that sparring session? Yo, not only that, but before he slammed him, he put Tio on his ass, bro. He smoked that nigga. I don't know if it was a right hand. He put Tio down. They kept boxing or whatever. Tio go and hit this nigga after the bell. And he said, all right, let me show you something, nigga. F5 that that nigga would have fucking nigga rock bottomed him. Slammed Tio right on his head. I'm like, damn. See, that's the nigga. Look, man. If you get slammed by niggas with 16-ounce gloves on, Tio better avoid me. I swear to God. Tio leave this bitch looking like Stephen Hawkins fucking with me. Yeah, fuck out of here. That nigga Boca Chica F5 Teofimo. Yo. Laura put Bud to sleep. What you talking about? Laura 160 was stop Bud. Oh no. Lara, one of my guys, though. I fuck with Lara heavy, bro. One of the most underrated, underappreciated fighters in the past decade. For real, for real. When he stopped Danny, bro, I kind of called that shit, bro. I gotta go look back at my old videos. I swear I called it. I was like, Danny get hit one of them left hands. He might hit the canvas for the first time. But I didn't expect that nigga to quit. Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat. Salute, my brother. I appreciate you consistently supporting the channel. That's my guy right there. Salute. Listen, Lara don't got the skill set to stop Bud. All right, Slick Nick, you out your fucking mind. Lara, one of the most skilled fighters in the past decade. Lara is such a great fighter. He pretty much gave you the same shit Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather gave you, but the opposite. Like, Lara started off as this good mobile boxer, you know what I'm saying, outskilling guys, you know what I mean, making them look stupid, taking them the distance. Now, later on in his career, niggas ain't making it the distance with him. He walking everybody down, knocking him out cold. Niggas not making it to the scorecards now that Lara getting older, because now Lara not as mobile. He's sitting down on his punches. He being a sharpshooter, a sniper. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, Tank. You put the monkey emoji with the eye covering the eyes. That's that flirting emojis. You ain't mean to put that emoji, but that's on your most recent emojis though. So I know you be texting niggas on some kinky shit. Lara parking niggas like valet. Yo, when he knocked my nigga Cornflake out like that, bro. Oh, yo, listen, Cornflake, my man, bro. Thomas Lamana. That's my guy, bro. Like, let's not get it fucked up, bro. Like, he really good dude. But when Lara knocked that nigga out like that, bro, Jesus Christ, bro. I watched that shit like 30 times, bro. Hit that nigga right behind his ear. This nigga went stiff. I was like, damn. Yeah, Danny definitely quit. Danny said all his punches was crazy, like his jab, all that shit. These fucking cats fighting on my bed. The fuck y'all niggas doing on my bed? Get the fuck out. Get out. Fuck off my bed. You seen Tank call out Jake Paul? Bro, who fucking, like, seriously, bro? That's who Tank want to call out? No, I didn't see it, but let's say if it is, let's say, like, he really did call him out on some shit. Jake Paul's worthy? If you calling him out, that means you're interested in fighting him. So Shakur's not worthy, but Jake Paul is. Who winning, Simba or Blackie? Simba too big for Blackie, so he be fucking Blackie up. Blackie be trying though. But Simba is like a really big cat. Like really big cat for Who the fuck is Simba? That's my cat. Garfield. You wanted to see Lara versus Shiraz? I'm hearing Lara about to fight Chris Eubank. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but yo, Lara fuck around and smoke Chris Eubank, bro. Yo, Laura fuck around and smoke Eubank, bro. Oh my god. Eubank buck. Nigga gonna fall right in the scope and get iced. Shiraz fighting Carlos. Show Simba, bro. He over there, bro. I don't feel like, no, I ain't doing none of that. Simba. Nigga don't even listen to me. He be ignoring me. He at that age now. He don't give a fuck. Seriously, I think Tank about to call out Floyd. Oh, shit. Hey, Tank, regardless of what you think about Lara's performance, he still got the knockout. So it's like, who cares? Tyree Scott, Floyd versus Tommy Hearns at 54. Who you got? Well, Floyd wasn't really no 54 in the first place, so we could just put it at 47 for real, for real. I think Tommy Hearn would have got Floyd, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think that right hand would have found his mark. Floyd School and Prime AB, of course. Yeah, I spoke about Boots and T.O., but I talked to somebody close to Boots, and Boots ain't really acknowledging that offer. He's set on unifying the division. Same shit he just said to Virgil Ortiz. He's saying the same shit to T.O. Aaron Pryor activity and his power probably would have beat Floyd. Yeah, he probably would have beat Floyd. Aaron Pryor was extremely underrated. There might have been errors that those boxers back in the fucking 80s, 90s, and all that shit, bro. I don't know if Floyd would have came out on top in some of them eras, bro. And I know Floyd started in the late 90s, but I'm talking about like when, you know what I'm saying, like Sugar Ray Leonard era, Roberto Duran era. I don't know if Floyd would have came out on top in them eras. Crawford versus Floyd at 47. That's tough, bro. I can't even imagine that fucking fight. But that would be interesting because Bud got the longer reach than Floyd. The Aaron Pryor gas tank is what really would have made niggas crack under pressure. He did not stop punching. Would you rather combination punching or one punch knockouts? That's a good question. Um, I'm gonna say the combination punching because for you to be like a big combination puncher, you gotta be like in some type of shape. Um, I think it's just always better to punch in combination than just be, relying on one shot to get a W. You feel what I'm saying? Who's Slime put in timeout? Slime time that nigga for 1 minute. That's funny as hell. Tank went 12 with old Gamboa. Yeah, but I don't think that was because of Gamboa, though. I just think that Tank didn't really train properly for that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think like a focused Tank would have stopped Gamboa real early in that fight. If there was one time in Tank career to catch him, slip him, it was that Gamboa fight. For sure. Because this dude Gamboa, and like Gamboa ain't had no Achilles, bro. He tore his Achilles at the beginning of the fight. And the nigga was still rumbling and giving Tank trouble. Tank was just he must have had a terrible training camp that fight. Yeah, chilling with AB too much. That's a fact. Yeah, Gamboa was shot for years. You know what I'm saying? After that, he was shot for years before that Tank fight. And then Gamboa just became a gatekeeper. And then Devin punched on him and all that shit. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm going to get up out of here and catch up on some Z's. You feel what I'm saying? I got my girl. She be going to the other room and shit because she be watching her TikToks and that shit be loud. She a little bit mad at me, too, because I'll be a little rude to her and shit. So I'm about to just, I'm going to go bring her over to the bed, and then we just going to go to sleep and all that good shit. So I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. You feel what I'm saying? This was a great, eventful live. We had some great conversations as well. You know what I'm saying? If y'all could hit the like button on the way out, that'll be very much appreciated. We had 50-something people in here, man. We definitely got it on and popping. So thank you very much for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be back at y'all with another live. I'll be back at y'all with another video tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.